So remember my response to the video where I talked about a gentleman who was trying to claim that Moses and his wife Zipporah were the progenitors of the Ethiopian people, and I completely dismantled that. My guy here says God didn't make a covenant, make the same covenant with Moses as Abraham, Jacob, and David. Well, until you read this, it seems that your God did make a covenant with Moses. When Moses went up in Exodus 19, when he went up to Mount Sinai to get them 10 commandments that he later came down, threw them down on the ground, killed 3,000 people, then went back up and got 10 different commandments. Your God said to Moses, now if you obey me fully and keep my commandment, keep my covenant, then out of all nations will be my treasured possession. Although the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Mm, 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 mm. These are the words you are to speak to the Israelites. So it would seem that your God did make a covenant with Moses that was in keeping with the same covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You wrote David in there. I didn't bother to go research and see if he made a covenant with David. I'm pretty sure he probably did. You might be right about that one. I'm not sure, but you're kind of showing that you probably haven't studied or read this book. So I'm not sure about the David one, and I'm not about to take time to go research it right now. But what I can say is that you're completely wrong here, sir. Your God most assuredly did make a covenant with Moses. And that covenant goes in line with the idea of what he say to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that I will make a mighty nation of you, that you will be my people, and I will be your God. And I will make your seed as plentiful or as many as the stars in the sky or the sands on the beach. So therefore, you are absolutely incorrect. He made that covenant with Moses by saying, if you keep these commandments, that the covenant that he's making them is that if you keep these commandments, then I will make you a treasured possession. I will make you a priest. Even though the whole world is mine, you will be a special nation to him. And this is what he was supposed to go tell the Israelites. Now, this guy did tell Moses that a couple more times. So it just demonstrates that many Christians or people who believe in this book, that you haven't really studied this book and have a lack of understanding of what your book is trying to tell you. And when you come to these types of pages and you want to express your criticism of it, you're demonstrating that you really are absent of the necessary information to be able to do so. Your God making this covenant with Moses is pretty much is the continuation of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the establishment, or just the idea of the establishment of his kingdom on earth through these people, because Moses then became the representative of the covenant from those people until Moses hit the rock with a stick when he was told just to say the words to the rock. And then Moses took credit, and then your guy was like, well, Moses, since you messed up, even though you've done everything else I've asked you, since you messed up, you don't get to go into the promised land. We're going to send Joshua instead, and Caleb and the other dude, son of Nun. They get to go into the promised land. But the rest of you Israelites that I can't stand, y'all gonna die. So got to walk around 40 years. And then they supposedly gained the kingdom of Israel. And then from there, they was pretty good till they messed up. And this guy said, nope, I'm going to let the Assyrians conquer you. And nope, I'm going to let the Babylonians conquer you. And nope, I'm going to let the Persians conquer you. But then I'm going to let you go. But then nope, I'm going to let some other people conquer you. And it's kind of interesting, the fact that at the time frame that Moses supposedly was walking through this Exodus, and at this time frame that Joshua supposedly conquered Jericho, that region of the Levant was a vassal state to the Egyptians. It wasn't until around 1200 BCE that the Egyptians lost that area as a vassal state in a war against the Phoenicians. And then soon after that, we have the Bronze Age collapse, which then the Canaanite people moved from the coastal area into the hillside country where the supposedly Hebrew people were already existing, and they were nomadic, and then began to create this Israelite kingdom at that time frame. This is what history says. This is what archaeology demonstrates. This This is not what literature is trying to demonstrate, because literature is not accurate history. Because if that was so, Spider-Man exists because he talks about New York. Spider-Man exists because he met Obama. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, my guy, your statement about Moses is incorrect on two fronts. One, he didn't exist. Two, he made a covenant. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.